my dear student. Hope you are fine and taking care of yourself at your home. This is my next lecture on chapter gravitation. Before starting the topic, please do like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for further notification. So let's start the topic. Last lecture we have done about that how the Newton have proved that the things get attracted towards it. In the universe, everybody get attracted towards each other. By the 16th century, all the scientists were trying to prove the planetary motions around the sun and the other things. So at that time, Kepler was the scientist who has proved some law, but he is not able to prove any theoretical reason for that. That was a Newton only who have proved the reason using Kepler's law only. So there were three laws were given by the Kepler, and using these laws only, Newton have proposed his universal law of gravitation. So let's first see what are these Kepler's law. First law was given by law of orbit, as is the name. What he has said in this, each planet moves around the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun at one of the foci of the orbit. Foci word is a plural of focus. So he didn't consider the planetary motion in circular path. He considered them in elliptical path, and like any elliptical orbit have two focuses. So that becomes plural is foci. So the planets revolve around the sun in an elliptical path, and sun exists at one fixed position, that is its foci. Second law what he has given, the line joining the sun and the planets sweeps out equal area in equal interval of time. In elliptical orbits, when the planets are revolving, like the planet, any one planet from A position to B moves in T interval, and the same planet move from C to D in T interval, then area of SAB is equal to area SCD. So what was the third law? The square of the time taken by the planet to complete a revolution around the sun is directly proportional to the cube of semi-major axis. This is the major axis and this is the minor axis. Semi-major means half of that. So in elliptical orbit, so radius square is T square. Using this law only, the Newton have proved it inverse square rule. So when we will put it directly proportional, so constant would come and we get a relation. This relation was further used by Newton to prove his inverse square rule. How he has used this law to prove inverse square rule, let's do now. So Newton have used to prove his inverse square rule Kepler's law. Newton have already proved that gravitation force is there. So he has given a universal law of gravitation by Newton. But in that he has used that force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. So how he has arrived this conclusion? So he has used the Kepler's law. So Newton assumed that planets revolves in circular path with radius r and velocity v. Like this is the planet, so it is revolving in circular path towards the, like sun is at center, so it revolves in a circular path. So he has proposed that acceleration is given by v square by r, being a centripetal acceleration. And F is the force, mass into acceleration, product of mass and acceleration. So he has substituted this value, v square by r. This force is centripetal force because Newton have already proved that these forces are act towards the center of the body. Because of this force only they are able to revolve in circular path. He has already proved theoretical. So he has applied that concept here. Let t be the time taken by this planet to complete one revolution. So velocity is given by distance upon time. So one distance, if it is having this radius, so it becomes 2 pi r by t. So therefore force value becomes, we will substitute this velocity value here in this equation and we will get this relation. V value is, what is the force formula in this acceleration, force formula, not in acceleration, we will put in the force formula because we are calculating force value. So F is equal to m, mass value upon radius from here, and v square value we will substitute here. So 2 pi r by t ka whole square. When you will solve it, m2 square is 4, pi square r square. So you will get 4m pi square r by t square. Kepler law, what proved Kepler? Ki t square is directly proportional to the r cube. That is the third law he has used here. So t square is equal to k r cube. That is, k is the constant. So he has substituted this t square value here and he has concluded that force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between the heavenly bodies. Like this is the distance between the sun and the earth. So from their centers, so if it is the radius or the distance between them, then it is sun or it is earth. So square of distance from their distance is directly proportional to the distance between them. Means all the bodies force of attraction is inversely proportional to the square of distances between them. So in next class we will do about Newton's universal law of gravitation.